What's up, guys? Welcome back to that AMG. Today we are going to be going over why I chose the C43 over a C63 or M340i. So stay tuned. I chose the C43. To be honest, I didn't do too much research into before getting in the car, so it was kind of ooh, I saw a Mercedes and it looked nice, so I got it. I didn't do too much, like I said, research into it. To be honest, before I even got into this car, I didn't know a lot of the Euro realm, so I'm pretty new to that whole Euro scene. Before that, I did have a Subaru WRX STI, so I was more into that JDM. But I think eventually down the road, planning on next year getting a C63. I do like the BMWs, however, where I live, everybody has them, so there's not a lot of Mercedes owners down here where I live, so try to stand out a little bit. And honestly, I think Mercedes is top tier in my opinion. I think the interiors are immaculate. Just everything that you get with it is definitely worth it. But don't get me wrong, with the, like, for example, with the M340, I definitely, especially with these newer body styles that are coming out, I definitely like those. Those look super mean. I feel like there's more readily parts available for them, and for trying to build it up. But overall, one of my first cars was a Mercedes. I think it was an S-Class, but different realm, but still the same thing. My first car was a BMW, so I kind of in between the BMW Mercedes battle. However, like I said, I think the Mercedes, in my opinion, is a lot better. The C43 I feel like is more reliable than a C63. In my aspect, I daily my car, so I need something that gets a little bit better gas mileage, and again, is more reliable. Trust me, I'd love to hear that V8, especially on those cold starts every morning before heading to work. But that's in my plans for the future, to eventually get one. Right now, I do love my C43. I don't really have too many complaints about it. I think for stock, I think Mercedes could have done a little bit better on the horsepower, but again, it does have the comfort and reliability that I am looking for. I haven't had any issues with it at all. I got the red interior, as you've seen in previous videos. But again, I think Mercedes does have better interior design as well compared to BMW. Another thing I was looking for when I was looking for the C43 was all-wheel drive. Where I live, when it comes time to winter time, that snow is horrendous, so I need something that I know I'll be able to get to work, especially since my work is on an incline. So before this car, I did have a 2017 Chrysler 300S, and that one was real drive, and I actually couldn't even get up the driveway when our first snowfall hit, just because A, didn't have the power, B, I didn't have snow tires on. But I just didn't really want to run into that scenario again. With the M340, I personally don't know too much about BMWs, if I'm being completely honest. But with the M340, it's just not my specialty, I guess you could say, or not my taste. I do like the Mercedes, just the brand itself. although BMWs and whatnot, they're a lot more common. But I think if I were to get a BMW, it would have to be an M3 or an M4. I think I'd spend the extra $1 to be able to get one of those. I guess same thing goes with the C43 as well. But those are my plans for the future to get. I'm planning on getting one next year if everything goes planned. Fingers crossed. We might be able to see C63 on the channel instead. But things take time, but I know that one will happen. I think with Mercedes on the C43, the stock exhaust is actually pretty good. It comes with the AMG performance exhaust, which without doing any modifications, nothing to it, it already sounds pretty good. Obviously for me, I want to eventually do some downpipes and a tune and intakes. That's in my future plans, just not right now, eventually, but it'll come to it. But the C43 is also pretty good on gas. You don't waste too much. I think full tank lasts me about a week. It really just depends on how I'm driving and if I decide to have a heavy foot that day, you know. I think the C43 definitely does get a lot of hate. A lot of people call it a fake AMG just because it's not a handcraft built engine and it's mass produced. However, I think it's probably forced hate just to follow with the crowd. But with these cars, I mean, with a simple tune, downpipes, it doesn't take much for you to gain a lot of horsepower with this car, and even then it already looks pretty good as it is. But you can build these cars to be absolutely insane, but obviously not out of factory like the C63. You're not gaining 500 horsepower off the bat. I believe this is only at like 362, but even then the car is not a heavy car, so it gets up and it goes. But yeah, I mean, you guys let me know, what would you rather take, a C63 M340 or a C43? I like the C43. Going back to the original thing I stated, was it's reliable, it's cheap on gas. Well, not that cheap. It was like $70 to fill up. Over here, premium is like almost $5 a gallon, so not that cheap, but I guess it just depends on where you live. But you're not constantly having to fill up as you would with this, with a V8. Insurance isn't too expensive, it's fairly cheap. I think I only pay like $200 a month for full coverage on the car, so it's not that bad at all. And back again, C43, super reliable, super affordable. I can't say too much on the M340. I don't know how those costs go. I think with either option though, repair costs, they're both going to be expensive. That's just what you get with a Euro car, in my opinion. But let me know, what would you guys take, C63, C43, or M340? Keep in mind, I do daily this, so miles are going up every day, but it's perfect daily for me. But yeah, besides that, if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see next. I'm open for any ideas that come. Trying to produce as much content as I can. But besides that, yeah, give it a likes, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.